Welcome back to today's video. In this episode, we'll follow a man on his incredible journey of building a house entirely from massive wooden beams. Watch closely to see how he transforms raw timber into a sturdy home, and don't miss the ending to admire the stunning result. To begin his project, he carefully saws through the large logs, turning them into usable pieces of wood. This first step is essential, as it provides the foundation materials needed for the entire construction. Next, he begins digging deep into the earth to create a strong foundation for the house. This step is not only hard work, but also one of the most important stages of construction, as the stability of the entire wooden home depends on it. With every stroke of his tool, the ground slowly takes shape, forming a solid base that will securely anchor the structure for years to come. With the foundation in place, he moves on to the next crucial step, building partitions around the base to shape the underground section of the house. Using strong wooden beams, he carefully erects walls that outline the hidden space beneath the floor. These partitions act as both a support system and a framework, ensuring that the upper structure will stand firmly for years to come. As the work progresses, the underground area slowly takes shape, an enclosed space that not only strengthens the foundation, but also provides room for storage and protection from the elements. With the foundation and underground section completed, he turns his focus to the floor above. To begin, he carefully positions thick horizontal beams across the top of the structure, creating a strong and balanced framework that will act as the base of the floor. Each beam is placed with precision, ensuring that the weight of the future house will be evenly distributed and well supported. The solid grid of beams becomes the backbone of the flooring system, giving the entire structure stability. Once the frame is ready, he moves on to the next step, laying down wide wooden planks over the beams. Patiently, he fits each plank side by side, hammering them securely into place so that no gaps remain. As the work continues, the surface begins to change from an open frame into a flat, sturdy floor. The sound of each strike echoes through the build, marking steady progress as the empty foundation transforms into a usable living space. With the sturdy floor now complete, he begins crafting a staircase at the edge of the platform. Carefully, he measures and positions each step, ensuring that the stairs are strong enough to support daily use. To handle the heavy wooden beams more efficiently, he sets up a pulley system beside the structure. With careful preparation, he secures the ropes and wheels in place, creating a simple yet powerful tool to lift the large timbers off the ground. This system allows him to raise even the heaviest logs with greater ease, saving both time and energy. Once the pulley is ready, he begins hoisting the beams one by one, guiding them steadily up to the level of the floor. Each beam is maneuvered with precision and placed along the edges of the structure, forming the outer frame of the house's base. The process requires strength and patience, as every log must be aligned correctly to create a strong and balanced border. On one side of the house, he begins constructing an additional frame to expand the structure. Using thick wooden beams, he carefully positions and secures each piece, extending the foundation beyond the original layout. This added framework not only enlarges the living space, but also gives the house a more balanced and practical design. With every beam lifted and fastened, the new section slowly takes form, seamlessly connecting to the main floor. This extension may serve as a separate room, a sheltered workspace, or even an open area for daily activities. The process requires precision, as the added structure must be strong enough to support the same weight and stability as the rest of the house. Moving on to the walls, he begins lifting the heavy wooden beams and laying them horizontally, one on top of another. Each log is carefully notched and jointed, creating interlocking connections that allow the wood to fit securely together. This traditional technique ensures the walls will be solid and durable, capable of withstanding time and weather. With patience and precision, he aligns every beam so that the corners lock tightly, forming a seamless structure. As layer after layer is added, the walls slowly rise upward, enclosing the space that will soon become the interior of the house. This method not only provides strength, but also gives the home its natural wooden character, as the grain and texture of the logs bring warmth and authenticity to the structure. Step by step, the frame of the floor transforms into a living shelter, with sturdy walls now standing tall. Between the massive wooden beams, he carefully packs moss into the gaps, filling the empty spaces that appear when the logs are stacked on top of each other. This natural material acts as insulation, keeping out wind and moisture, while also strengthening the bond between the beams. It is a simple yet effective technique that has been used for generations in wooden house construction. The beams themselves are extremely large and heavy, demanding great strength and endurance to move. With every lift, he strains to pull the timbers upward, guiding them into position along the rising wall. The effort is intense, but his determination never falters, as he knows each log he secures brings the walls one step closer to completion. Snow begins to fall heavily around him, blanketing the ground in white and adding even more challenge to his work. Yet despite the biting cold, his hands and feet move quickly and skillfully. With great effort, he pulls each heavy log into place, carefully carving notches and joints so the beams can lock tightly together. The freezing wind cuts across his face, but he remains focused, combining strength and precision to build the rising walls. Every motion shows his determination as he balances the weight of the timbers with the delicate craftsmanship needed to secure them firmly. As the walls steadily rise, he begins shaping spaces for the windows and the main door, ensuring that the house will not only be strong but also functional and comfortable to live in. With careful planning, he marks the positions where each opening will go, then adjusts the structure so that the frames can be securely fitted into the wooden walls. These openings are vital, allowing light and air to flow through the home while giving it a welcoming appearance. To achieve this, he saws the massive logs into precise segments, cutting them to fit perfectly with the height and width of the walls. Each log is trimmed so that it stops exactly where the window or doorway begins, leaving a clean edge that blends seamlessly with the rest of the structure. Piece by piece, the wooden beams lock into place around these frames, creating strong borders that will hold the doors and windows firmly in the future. This stage of construction requires patience and attention to detail, as every cut must be accurate to maintain the balance and stability of the entire wall. Slowly, the empty frame transforms into a proper house, complete with openings that give life and character to design. With the windows and doorway now formed, the wooden home feels one step closer to being lived in. On the extended section of the floor, he begins constructing the framework for the walls of this new addition. Using thick wooden beams, he carefully assembles the structure, ensuring that each piece aligns perfectly with the base. This framework serves as the skeleton of the extension, giving it both shape and strength. The process requires not only strength, but also precision, as each wall must be perfectly positioned to keep the balance and durability of the entire house. With the framework of the extension complete, he begins covering the walls with wooden planks. One by one, the boards are placed tightly against the frame, creating a solid outer surface that shields the room from wind and weather. Each plank is measured and cut with precision so that they fit neatly together, forming a sturdy wooden wall that blends seamlessly with the main structure of the house. Along the edges of the wall, he begins placing thick horizontal beams, carefully securing them into position. These beams serve as the base support for the rising walls, distributing the weight evenly and ensuring that the structure remains stable as it grows taller. Each piece is measured and aligned with precision so that the foundation of the wall is perfectly balanced. As the beams are fastened tightly together, they form a solid platform that locks into the rest of the framework. This base not only strengthens the wall, but also acts as a guiding line for the construction above, keeping every layer straight and secure. With every strike of his hammer, the sound echoes through the wooden frame, a rhythm of progress that marks another important step in the building process. Slowly, the skeletal structure of the house becomes more defined, with the horizontal beams acting as a backbone that will carry the weight of the logs, planks, and panels to come. Opposite the direction of the ceiling beams he had just installed, he now adds another set of horizontal supports running along the edges of the walls. These beams act as reinforcement, binding the structure together and giving the walls greater strength to carry the weight of the roof above. With every beam carefully positioned and secured, the framework becomes sturdier and more balanced, preparing the house for the next stage of construction. Once the reinforcement is complete, he turns to shaping the roof. At the front and back of the house, he constructs triangular frames that form the base of the gables. Each triangle is assembled piece by piece, the wooden beams fitted together to create a strong outline for the roof slope. To ensure both stability and design, these sections are divided into smaller frames, each carefully measured to leave openings for windows beneath the gables. With patience and precision, the skeleton of the roof is born, giving the wooden house its proud and enduring shape. With the triangular gables now standing tall at the front and back of the house, he begins connecting them together. Heavy horizontal beams are lifted and placed across the span, linking one triangle to the other. These beams form the backbone of the roof, holding the gables firmly in place, while also creating a solid base for the rafters to rest upon. Each beam is carefully measured and positioned, then secured tightly so that the entire structure becomes unified. The process requires both strength and accuracy, as the alignment of these beams will determine the balance and durability of the roof. One by one, they stretch across the open space, gradually transforming two separate gables into a single connected frame. With the horizontal beams connecting the two gables in place, he moves on to the next step, adding diagonal rafters from the peak of the roof down to the top edges of the walls on either side. Each rafter is lifted carefully, angled precisely so that it runs straight from the ridge to the wall, forming a strong sloping frame. These diagonal beams not only give the roof its shape, but also serve as the foundation for the outer covering that will soon protect the house. The work requires both strength and precision, as every rafter must be perfectly aligned to ensure the roof is balanced and able to carry the weight of snow, rain, and wind. With the rafters firmly in place, he begins the crucial task of covering the roof. One by one, he lifts wide wooden planks and sets them across the beams, pressing them tightly together so that no gaps remain. Each board is carefully aligned and secured, forming a seamless layer that will serve as the outer shield of the home. With each row completed, the interior space grows darker and more sheltered, offering a glimpse of the warm refuge it will soon become. With the roof now sealed by sturdy wooden planks, he turns his attention to an essential feature of the home, a chimney. Carefully, he cuts a precise opening through the newly finished roof, making sure the gap is just large enough for the structure to pass through without weakening the beams around it. Into this space, he installs a tall chimney that rises straight upward, piercing through the slope of the roof. With the main roof secured and the chimney in place, he turns his focus to the triangular gables at the front and back of the house. These open sections, still exposed to wind and snow, must now be closed off to complete the shelter. Carefully, he lifts wooden planks and fastens them side by side, covering the triangular frames until no gaps remain. With the walls and roof fully enclosed, he turns his attention to the openings left for the windows. Carefully, he installs sturdy wooden frames into each gap, securing them tightly so they fit seamlessly with the log walls. Once the frames are in place, he begins adding glass panes, slotting them one by one into the window grids. Each piece of glass is positioned with care, allowing light to pass through while keeping out the cold wind and falling snow. The wooden frames hold the panes firmly, creating windows that are both functional and elegant. As the work progresses, the once empty openings are transformed into clear windows that brighten the interior and give the house a welcoming look from the outside. To support this structure, he lifts and positions tall vertical beams, securing them firmly into the ground at the edge of the floor. These upright wooden posts serve as sturdy pillars, strong enough to carry the weight of the extended roof above. Turning his attention to the extended room, he prepares wooden planks that have been carefully charred on the surface. This traditional technique of burning the wood not only gives the planks a striking dark finish, but also helps protect them against insects, moisture, and time. He begins fastening these blackened planks onto the walls of the extension, placing them side by side until the entire surface is covered. The dark panels stand in sharp contrast to the natural timber of the main structure, giving the new room a bold and distinctive look while still blending harmoniously with the overall design. With the walls finished and the windows in place, he turns to the most important feature of the entrance, the main wooden doors. He lifts the doors into position at the front of the house, fitting them precisely into the frame he had prepared earlier. Strong hinges are fixed to hold the weight, allowing the doors to swing open and close smoothly. To protect the roof from rain and snow, he prepares large metal sheets to serve as a waterproof covering. Starting from the lower edge of the roof, he carefully places each sheet of corrugated steel, overlapping them so that no gaps are left where water could seep through. With steady hands, he fastens the sheets securely onto the wooden rafters, ensuring that they are tight and firmly fixed against strong winds. One by one, the shiny metal panels spread across the surface, creating a continuous layer that seals the house from above. The sound of hammering on metal rings out over the quiet landscape, marking each step of progress. As the roof becomes fully clad, the structure gains not only strength, but also resilience, ready to face heavy snow, harsh winds, and endless rains. With the final details carefully completed, his wooden house now stands finished. From the foundation to the roof, every beam and plank has come together to form a strong and beautiful home. His journey comes to an end here. Thank you for accompanying him throughout this build. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you won't miss the upcoming episodes. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.